I'm a huge fan of Ashes of Creation. The game looks very promising. I'd been excited for its release and even its alpha and beta tests for quite a while now. Keyword being had. Now, this may come as a surprise to you, but there are some very shady publishers out there. Some that, and again, this may shock you, so if you need to take a moment to sit down, then go ahead, because this news could shake you to your very core. Anyway, some companies, they promote pay to win. Yes, that hard abomination. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Ashes of Creation itself will be pay to win. Intrepid Studios, the team behind Ashes, are doing a fine job thus far, and I have no reason to doubt them. At least not the North American version and the North American team. Now you're likely wondering what this video is actually about then, and what I mean when I call out the North American versions of Ashes specifically. Allow me to elaborate a little bit. See, Intrepid Studios have announced that they're using a separate publisher to publish Ashes of Creation around the world. A lot of companies use publishers, and that's not really the issue here. The concern right now lies with whom they have entrusted to publish their game in the entire European region. My.com. My.com has published various incredibly high-quality MMORPGs in the West over the last several years. Skyforge, an MMORPG that allowed you to instantly buy high-tier gear with real-life money. Revelation Online, an MMORPG that allowed you to purchase gear enhancement items through use of the cash shop that allowed you to absolutely destroy players who weren't paying equal amounts if not more on the game. Allods Online, that used to be one of the most pay-to-win pieces of MMORPGs there was, and to this day still actively requires monthly investment if you plan on ever competing in PvP or PvE. As you can see, with their incredible track record of high-quality MMORPG releases, Ashes of Creation is clearly in good hands. My.com, in their recent FAQ addressing the launch of Ashes of Creation in Europe, expressed their interest in creating a non-pay-to-win iteration of the game, stating that in the past they had published free-to-play MMORPGs. And supposedly, in their opinion, free-to-play MMORPGs are built around being pay-to-win. Ashes of Creation will be a subscription-based business model requiring players pay a monthly fee to play, and this should hopefully dissuade them from implementing any pay-to-win issues. However, they also went on to point out that they will be supporting the vision Stephen and Intrepid Studios have, and we will implement the same model for the My.com version as they implement for their version. What this means is that My.com will actually have a completely separate version of Ashes of Creation than Intrepid Studios will. Although, realistically, it affects things mostly like localization, but it still in turn means that My.com will have more control over the European release of the game than people first thought. And while My.com have guaranteed that the game will be 100% non-pay to win, the fact is, actions and history speak much louder than words. When all you've done is ruin MMO after MMO, what are players honestly to expect? You to just suddenly change your tune and publish something completely and 100% free of pay-to-win bullshit? I've seen some people saying, we should give Intrepid, Steven, and My.com a chance. Sure. We should give Steven and Intrepid a chance, I have no qualms with that. But when a game publisher screws you over several times, they do not deserve another chance. In what world would you expect them to get their shit correct on their 4th attempt? Yeah, exactly, you wouldn't expect them to, and they likely won't. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I feel like generally that sums up how I and a lot of other players feel, at least pertaining to My.com. Now, don't get me wrong, once again, I do want to reiterate the fact that I am not hating on Ashes of Creation itself. The game looks incredible. The sheer amount of work that is being put into the game is just astounding, and I really want the game to succeed. Too many MMORPGs in this day and age release go on to fail to deliver, and then ultimately screw over players that were there to support them over either their localization period or their crowdfunding period. This is admittedly leaving players with a very sour taste in their mouth, especially when all we get these days are MMORPG ports from Asia that go pay to win a month after release, or indie MMORPGs that are just nothing like they promised us. Right now we are in a serious drought, especially with how poorly Bless Online did, losing 95% of its player base in less than 3 months, then Warlords Awakening, a re-release of Elite Lords of Alliance, averaging less than 100 people playing concurrently. Thankfully, World of Warcraft released their Battle for Azeroth expansion recently, because without that, I dare say the MMO player base would potentially be in its least played state in a very, very long time. If you're a fan of Ashes of Creation and you live anywhere outside of North America, then I am sorry in advance. You're going to have a publisher that has poorly managed servers, a history of destroying their games within mere months, and Just be very cautious of my.com. They're a garbage publisher, they're absolutely terrible, and while I cannot provide you with a solid replacement or alternative, I do know that they are in the 3 worst MMO publishers out there, with Aria Games and Gameforge. Here's hoping we have better luck over in North America with Ashes of Creation's launch, because if this is the route we're taking, the future is looking a little less bright for the release of the game. Which is a shame, because it has been worked on to such a profound degree that I would hate for it to really do anything else other than succeed. Either way, guys, that is pretty much all I have to say on the topic. I hope you're all still looking forward to Ashes of Creation, and I hope that this doesn't dissuade you from playing on the North American servers at least, or just indie MMORPGs in general. There are good ones out there, there are good developers out there, and admittedly there are some good publishers out there too, and there are publishers that just won't ruin your game. I promise there are. It just takes a little bit to find them. Anyway, guys, that is it for me. Thank you for watching. If you have anything to say pertaining to Ashes of Creation, let me know down in the comment section below. Peace. Thank you for watching my Ashes of Creation video. If you enjoyed it, drop a like, leave a comment, consider subscribing to my channel over here, checking out another video, or following me on Twitter at ByteStix to just, chat or hang out.